Yeah. Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. It's clear and visible.
Okay. So yesterday I was just briefing you like becoming a full stack developer, right? Yes. We have got backend developer, front end developer, and full stack developer, right? So backend developer deals with logic and flow of data, right? Yes. Front end developer responsible how to present the data, how data appears to the users, how good the data is presented on the web page. And full stack developer is like bridge the gap between the above two positions, right? Yes. So application which provides service over the web application, nothing but application which provides service over the web, like Facebook, Gmail, all this, right? Discussing about the front end technologies. What are that? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, all these are the front end. Okay. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery. So the what is the role of full stack developer, right? In the current, right? They are responsible for creating a streamlined user interface and for both backend and front end portions of an application. So he is only going to develop that front end and back end, right? You need to have the knowledge on both the back end and front end portions of an application. It can, okay. And you need to have a strong understanding about the front end and back end development. Okay. So HTML is generally like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, HTML presenting. So yes. So HTML presenting data on the web page. This is the second class, right? Yesterday we had a demo session, right? HTML presenting the data on the web page, CSS adding styles to HTML, and the Bootstrap predefined styles. We can just take the predefined styles and just keep it in our application, right? Just JavaScript adding dynamic nature to HTML pages. So HTML just only static responses, no dynamism in that. HTML plus if you just include JavaScript. So I said as our course discussing about it, I will be discussing about HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Okay. For just to display good morning, right? HTML is enough for dynamic responses to display current date and time. Today, if you execute today's date and time, tomorrow, if you execute tomorrow's date and time will be displayed. So it's dynamic. Static response means if response is not valid from time to time, it's static. Generally, if you see the login pages will be the same, right? Whenever you open it. Okay. Home page of a bank, all this will be static. But dynamic means, right, dynamic responses. If response is valid from time to time, balance page of SBI, Gmail inbox, right? All this. Balance page of SBI, Gmail inbox. Okay. Backend, what to display as the response. So backend deals with the language that we use, framework, the database, and the IDE, right? So language like we use Python, a framework like Django framework. Many frameworks are there. Flash, Pyramid, Bottle, Turbo Gear, right? Django is the most famous framework. And database, MySQL, Oracle, all this you can. It has got its own database, SQLite 3, right? It has got its own database, SQLite 3. And we can also connect to MySQL, Oracle, right? Yes. Roles and responsibilities of full stack developing and managing web applications, working with databases, working with templates that is front end, Working with backend technologies, right? You need to have the knowledge on both the front end and backend. Working with the web servers, logical or problem solving skills, right? Yes. So process of developing both front end as well as back end web application. And you need to have a little bit of web terminologies, right? What is World Wide Web? WW nothing but World Wide Web. So in that, it is a system of internet supports hypertext documents. World Wide Web supports hypertext. These documents are called as web pages. The starting point in a document is known as home page. Its starting point in a document is known as home page. Web pages are identified with their URLs. Facebook.com, gmail.com, right? So internet is a huge network of networks forming a very huge network, right? So World Wide Web is a service of internet. Web page, right, is written in HTML language, which brings together all the text, images, links, audios, videos, all this into one place. Website means it's a group of interlinked web pages which have single domain name, right? So generally websites maintained by organizations, individuals also can maintain it. Web application means which runs on a web server. Web browser we use for browsing. Web server it that provides its users with the required documents through. So whenever you give any request, it provides the response, right, with the required documents as requested. So web framework, like it's a code library which helps you to build flexible web applications and various web frameworks, right? All these are the web frameworks. So now today in this today's session, right, just I'll be discussing like what is web framework. I discussed like that. Introduction to this DJANGO, like what is DJANGO? See, already you have got many frameworks available. Why again DJANGO required? Why DJANGO and its key advantages? History of DJANGO, right? Features. Companies using DJANGO. DJANGO job market. Yes, features, companies using DJANGO and DJANGO job market. Okay. So what is DJANGO? DJANGO, right? Yes. It's a framework, right? It's a web development. It's a web development framework. Django is a web development framework. For what? Only for only Python, right? This framework was for only Python. For Python, what it offers? Very fast. It offers very fast and effective website development and effective website development. It's a web development framework for Python, which offers fast and effective website development. What is framework means? Yesterday, I was. What is a web? What is a framework? What is a web framework means? Yes, it's a code library which helps for building flexible web applications, right? Yes. So for Java, we got like Springs, Hibernate. In the same way for Python, we got these frameworks like mostly like DJANGO is the most famous framework, right? Yes. Website development and maintaining quality web applications and maintaining quality. If I can say like what are the advantages, features, and characteristics. Advantages, features, and characteristics. First thing is okay. Django, right? Easy to set up and run. Easy to set up and run. Provides ready to use, right? User interface. Django is easy to set up and run, provides ready to use user interface. Ready to use user interface means for administrative kinds of activities, right? For administrative kinds of activities, right? So using this Django, we can develop or we can build all types of systems, or we can build all types of systems. And it also provides, right? Django provides end-to-end application testing, provides end-to-end application testing, and it has got whenever we provide some URLs, right, in the web applications to open the web application giving response, right? Powerful URL system, right? Yes. And even for security and other things, right, it has got a built-in authentication system. Built-in authentication system. As I said, right, automatic admin interface, automatic admin interface. Yes, it has got functionality for adding, editing, and deleting items. Automatic admin interface, functionality for adding, editing, and deleting items. Very less code, right? We see very less code. Automatically, already the code will be available. We no need to write the codes, right? Yes. That what all that functionalities, applications, right? We cannot, not, it's not repeated, right? And very fast development, very fast development. Mm. Say like some of the companies using the Django, right? Companies using the Django. NASA using, right? Django. NASA is using Django for its research and development activities. Pinterest using, right? Pinterest. Mozilla. YouTube. Bitbucket. Discuss. PBS. PBS nothing but public broadcasting service. Instagram. National Geographic, right? Yes. And Google, right? Yes. Google. So these are the some of these companies, right? Using the Django, right? Yes. In Java, we follow MVC, model view controller, but here we see like MVT, model view templates. So just you can check. So a simple Django project, a simple Django project. Just I'll show you a sample project, how simple it will be within how much time, like how much coding you got, right? So this just displaying a message using, just I'll not showing you any complex. Let us discuss these things, everything briefly. Later, once we start Django, that is Django introduction, right? Before I go with web development technologies like HTML, CSS, right? Yes, a simple Django project. For example, like a demo application. Okay, demo application, right? Yes. So starting a project. We have got a command, right, for starting or creating a project. The Django-admin start project. The Django-admin start project, my project to one. First one, creating or starting a project. This is the command line. DJANGO-admin start project. Single word. My project one. Right. Second is like starting or creating application using Python command, right? Yes. Python manage.py start app demo application. So just this is the command to create or start a project. This is for creating or starting an application. Define URL patterns. Define URL patterns. Right. Now say migrate. Giving a request. So these are the steps involved, right? A single Django project. Migrate, right? Which is like migrate, run server, giving request. Just to observe, right, how this coding looks, and just one sample example I'm providing. Later we discuss in brief. I'll explain all these things, right? Starting or creating a step one. Step one, activating virtual environment, right? Activating virtual environment. What is this? See, Python will be installed in your C drive, right? Local system, right? But I doesn't want to disturb its. So virtually we'll be creating one more, right? Python within this IDs, within the IDs, right? Activating virtual environment. So I'll just open VS Code and just forward, just explain this code, right? So I'm opening this Visual Studio Code, right? Okay. So just I'll go right. I'll just go to this terminal within this VS Code terminal. For this application, just you observe from the next other when we start with this applications creations, you can go parallel, but just observe this. CLEAR. Design public. What is the command, right? What is the command to start a project, right? Can anyone say the command to start a project? Yes.
DJANGO admin
Yes. Django
DJANGO admin start project.
start project.
hyphen admin start project.
Project name.
Project name.
Okay, you can give any name, right? Django hyphen admin start project. My project. My project to one, right? Observe. It's going to create the project. Just you can open this Django applications and see my project to one, right? Yes. Can you see my project to one got created here?
Yes.
My just observe using this command, you have created a project. Yes, just you said Django hyphen admin start project, my project. Here can you see a folder is created? You can see here many files will be there within. Project folder is inner project folder, init.py, as.py, settings.py, urls.py. All this, how you got this .py files? Automatically you will get all these py files, right? Whenever you say start project, my project, project outer folder, inner folder, and this. All this, right? .py, py, .py, .py, .py files you'll be getting. Now enter your cd change directory to my project. So cd my project 11. cd my change your directory to my project 11.
I
Sorry,
think you have given double T, sir.
yeah, you got double T, right? Yes. My project. So first CLEAR to clear everything, right? Just I'm scrolling this up. cd.
Sir, we are not activated the virtual environment.
Yes. The step I'm not showing you, but already it's got activated, right? That the step one, the first step, right? I'll be showing you later. Already it has activated, right? You can see this. My VENV means my virtual environment. Observe here within the bracket, you can see, right? My virtual ENV. This first step, how to activate a virtual environment, is a process, right? That I'll be discussing later. But actually, for me, it's already got activated. Right? cd my project one. Change your directory to my project one. Within the project folder, if you want to create application, perform anything, you need to everything perform within this project folder itself. Now next, creating application. If you want to see the tree structure, TREE/F means what is the files which got created within the project folder, right? Yes, tree/F. So manage.py is responsible for everything, right? For creating application, for running server, for giving requests, for all this manage.py file is used. And you can see within the project folder what are the py files they are available. You can see here settings.py, urls.py, right, wsgi.py. Okay, these things. Now, how to enter into this, how to create a application, right? How to create an application. Python manage.py, right? Start app, application name, demo application, right? Python manage.py, start app, demo application, right? Say enter, right? Can you see within the project, my project one demo application folder got created? Yes. Once you open this demo application, you got all this, right? init.py, admin.py, apps.py, models.py, test.py, views.py, all these py files are available, right? Yes. So demo if you want to, okay, see this Python manager.py, start app, demo app. Okay. So generally, okay, add this application name to get identified. Your application to be identified by this. Then within this project folder, you got settings.py. Within the settings.py, right? Then scroll up. This is the settings.py. Just don't remove anything. Within the see all this code within this is settings.py. 1 second, I'll close all this. Observe. If I click this settings, where is this? Not this one. My project 8, my project 8. Sorry, my project 1, right? Within this settings.py, if you click it, you will get the settings.py. Scroll to 38th, 39th line, right? 39th line. What is your application name? Demo application. Just I'm adding this. So what is that? Install applications, install apps. Every time you need to add your application name to settings.py. Okay, demo application. Now adding that next, what is the next step? For every web application, a URL, you will be having a URL, right? How to specify URLs, right? How to specifying the URLs. So in this installed apps, just I'm copying it. Previously, I'm not writing any code here, just I'll copy it. Right. We said step 2, starting a project. Yes. Starting a project. Command is like the DJANGO-admin start project. Python manage.py.
Sir, what is the difference between the two, starting a project and starting an application?
Within the project folder, you can have any number of applications, one applications, two applications, three applications. Within the applications only, you will be writing the business logic. Within the project folder, you see what are the .py files will be available. Within the application, you see what are the py files. Totally, your business logic will be implemented in the application folders. If you see this right here in the project folder, my project. My project 11, all this, right? All this. Many py files. For demo application, right? Yes. Within this views.py, we are going to write these things, right? Within this views.py, you write the business logic.
Okay, thank you.
So here, observe carefully, many py files are there. I didn't create any of these py files right by my own. So this views.py, I'll write that logic, whatever that Python logic, right? Within that models.py means any database table, you want any database table also to be created, then within this models.py, you will write the code. Admin.py means the database tables which you have created, where you can see it means in admin.py, admin site, for displaying the database tables where you can view the data, what is present within the table and updating all this. You need to have some admin site where you can see it. So admin.py. It specifies like pre-built URL. The name of the URL also. Yes, urls.py file will be there. So here, next step. Step 4 is go to settings.py. Generally, go to settings.py and add the application to installed apps, right? Already we did this, right? Don't think like that there is a huge coding here, right? Install apps. Next step is step 5. Specifying URLs, right? URLs within the urls.py file.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain in the installed apps what were written, like DJANGO.contribute.admin, why were they?
Okay. So all these admin, auth, sessions, messages, all the predefined applications, right? There all are predefined applications. Along with the predefined applications, our user-defined application also we need to include it. Admin, auth, content type, session messages are all predefined applications. And our user-defined applications also we need to specify it.
Sir, in the feature classes, can we cover all those things? I mean, what is the admin? What is the purpose of authentication?
One thing. I didn't discuss anything about the Django, right?
Yeah. That's just I'm asking. In future, we will discuss,
yes,
right?
Everything will be discussing in brief, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So without any just see this, only by 6 to 7 steps we'll be completing it. So the project starting application settings.py. Later I discuss about the Django architecture. You need to know about the Django architecture, how the flow will go, everything will be discussing. Okay, just today I'll be showing that what is sample how this coding looks. Means you need to see that you are not going to write anything. Already all .py files are there. We will be discussing one by one .py file in brief, right? What is this models.py? What we write? What is views.py? We have got many predefined files got created, right? We'll be discussing about one by one file, right? In this entire course, we'll be discussing about, you will be having idea about what is admin.py, what we write, what logic, what is apps.py, what is models.py, what we write the code, test.py. So as of now, we are not writing any code within this, just settings.py, views.py. Only these two you will be using. Yes. Don't worry, right? This commands, all these things we'll be discussing in. So specifying URLs within urls.py. Okay. Go to urls.py. Go to urls.py. Yes. See, generally, every project has whatever you see here. Okay. Whenever you give request within the Chrome browser, Chrome, you'll give a request. A request means what? URL. You'll specify some URL. Checks whether this URL is valid URL or not. And a function which displays the output. Takes request and gives response. Okay, takes request and gives response. Now I'm going to this, right? urls.py. So this is a big comment is available. A big comment is available, right? Yes. Okay. Now this, if you open urls.py, this data is already available. But I want to give. So I said powerful URL systems, right? So that's why RE underscore path. Okay. RE underscore path. We can use path or we can use repath. We can use path and or okay, control set. We can use path and RE underscore path. Both we can use, right? Yes. Path, okay. In the case of repath, even we can use regular expressions for giving the URL, right? So here repath, yes. Raw string starts with, this starts with symbol, ends with symbol. DEMO, demo. So just I'm saying just like path, underscore path, raw string, right? And start symbol, end symbol, start of demo, end of demo. Comma. if I give this URL, if I give this start with and ends with, there should not be any continuation to this, right? Yes. If you give this, specify this URL within this website, what is that output I need to get means a function. I'll make a function call here. We use dot some input function or display function. So just I'm saying that in urls.py, just to specify this URL within this browser and just it gives output, right? What is this? We use dot, otherwise we use dot display, you can say. We use dot display is the function name, not display. Okay, save it. So here, two things here, views, I need to import it because from views display you are importing. So I need to say from import from application name, right? What is that? Demo application. See where this views.py file is available in the application folder demo app. Within that views.py is available. So from demo application, just import this views. Import these views, right? That's it. That is one.
So A caps, no apps, A caps.
Yeah, A caps, right? Yes. So whenever, see here, demo app is one folder and my project inner folder is one. From my project to one, if you want my project one, urls.py is there. And here in the application folder demo app, this views.py is there. So from demo app, import views, that's enough. And here for path, you have got one import. For repath, there is no import statement. Path, comma, re_path. Import statement for path already it is there, comma, you can say repath, and this is what a URL demo, what I'll give on the browser. Otherwise, www.demo.com. You can specify any URL, that yes, demo.com. Use dot display function executes. Now I'm saving it. Now go to this display function, right? Yes. Go to this views. Within this views, I need to specify this display. So what is that? def display function. Def display function, it takes request, right? What is that? HTML code will write. I think if you have got knowledge on HTML, write. So within the string, within the Python string, whatever you want to write within the Python code, if you want to write HTML code, right? Keep within a string, within triple quote, if you want multiple lines of HTML code, right? Yes. So just HTML body bg color equal to red, text is yellow, background color red, background color of the web page I want red color, text color I want yellow color, right? Yes. H1 bigger heading, right? Yes. Welcome to the Django world. Welcome to the Django world, right? Yes. Slash H1, right? Yes. Close this body. Close this HTML. Yes. So I need this function should return what? HTML response, nothing but HTTP response, right? HTTP response. What is the response? Nothing but this str, right? Str, right? The string. It is returning HTTP response, HTML response, nothing but str. Str, right? Str. So just I'm writing some HTML code within the Python code. If you want to write HTML code, write within that triple quotes.
I think written spelling the wrong, sir.
Yes. Yeah, return HTTP response, right? So here for HTTP response, we need to write one import statement from DJANGO.http import. Just say H, that's enough. Okay, from DJANGO.http import HTTP response. For this HTTP response for import set. That's it. I'm saving it. Now migrate, we need to say migrate. Step 6, go to views.py. Go to views.py and specify the function. In urls.py, we have written some URLs, right? Yes. So only one line we have written, all this we have not written, only this last line we have written, right? Remaining all exists. Okay. Now last 3 steps, right? Migrate. If anything migrating, if any errors are there, it will display the errors here, right? Yes. What is the command for migrating? Right. Py manage.py only. Up arrow field py manage.py, right. Migrate. If it should say applying to all the applications within the settings.py, see that migrate, py manage.py, migrate. It's applying, say, right, for all the predefined applications and user defined applications of us. Migrate. What is that? Python manage.py, migrate. That is the command. Step 8, right? Yes. Run server, right? Start the server or run server, right? Yes. What is the command? The same command, right? Yes. For running the server, also the same command.
Sir, what does migrate do?
So yes, migrate means, okay, If any errors are there, it will display the errors there. Generally migrate, right? For creating database tables, whenever you say migrate, it converts the code and creates a database table. And also it displays the errors in your code. If you got any errors in your code, it displays it. Yes. Whenever you say migrate, once you total everything, your coding is done. Once you're done with the project folder, application folder, URLs, views, everything, total your applications project, writing the code is finished. Finally, try to say migrate. Whenever you say migrate, it will say that, it will say if anything, if it's going wrong, right? Display that. And run server, right? Running, starting the server, right? Py manage.py, right?
Sir,
It's
can you
okay.
hear me?
Right.
So what is the difference between both of them? Like in the command prompt, you are giving few, and on the top you are writing few. So
This is also command prompt only, right? This everything whatever I'm performing within this terminal. So here, whenever you want to migrate, whenever you want to run server, you will write in the terminal, right? And that is your code within the py files. Within the .py files, urls.py, views.py, settings.py. I'm opening and writing this. Already that data is available. Only this one line I've just added it. And if I want to perform anything in the terminal, I'll be typing the commands. For typing the commands, use terminal. And if you want to write anything within the .py, click that which .py you want to, that .py you can open it, you can write the code, right? Py manage.py runs server. So server started, right? Saying server is running at this. I will just copy this. I'll just copy this. Otherwise, just say follow link. It opens. And we need to give that yes. We need to give that URL. What is that? www.demo.com. Enter. Hmm. Control C. I'll just open the browser, right? Chrome browser.
Sir, it is referring project 17.
Okay. 1 second. It is referring my project 17, right? Yes. So I will stop it. My project is 17. Sometimes my project 17. Yesterday I was just discussing my project 17 for the other DJANGO batch. So it's not, I'll just stop its services.
So what is this?
Pardon?
What is this one? I'm my project 17.
Yes, yes. 1 second.
What is this resource monitor, sir?
See, okay, my project 17 is a project that I was discussing yesterday for the other DJANGO batch, right? So my project 17 URLs was taking. In such case, I will stop that services that are running for my project 17 in this task manager. The name of the project, my PROJ, my project, my project 17, not yes, my project 17, right? Yes. So just I'll end the process for my project 17. Yes. Right. So just follow link. Yes. Now you can give, right? I stopped this my project /www.demo.com. Whenever I say demo.com, welcome to the Django world. So I was just giving this whenever you run server, right? Whenever you say run server, right? Python manager py run server. This is what that URL, right? In HTTP, it's so and so. This is the 8000 is the port of this Django, and this is the local host. And just to give that URL, what is the URL of your project? That is demo.com, right? Whenever it was taking yesterday, I was in the other Django batch, I was just discussing my project 17. I just stopped its services and just I've given the URL of our project. Okay, so this is that output, right? Yes, demo.com. Welcome to the Django world, right? So just this what a simple application, right? Yes. So run server. For running server, what is the command? Python manage.py run server. Run server. Step 9, giving request. Sometimes while providing URL, it won't take the current project URL. It will take that yesterday or previous project URLs it will be considering. So in such case, you can go to the task manager of your and stop the service of the previous project if they're running, right? Yes. Step 9, giving request. Yes, just what you will copy this. You will copy this whenever you run server, you will get this. You will copy this and just specify the URL, right? Yes. www.demo.com, right? Yes. Now it gives the output. So just if you see these steps, right? All these codes, whatever, right? We have to create a project, create an application, defining URLs, so activating virtual environment, starting a project. This is the command to start a project. Starting an application. This is the command to start an application. Here, just add only this. Add here. So go to settings.py and add only the application. Add the application to installed apps. Add app, right? So next step, specifying URLs, right? This is the one line we are specified, right? Whatever URL is specified, that URL we can. So for example, I'll just copy. Okay, you can just, if I copy this same, if you go to this urls.py, I'll just copy the same line. Control V. Any URLs we can provide. Just instead of this, just I'll say demo, DEMO, that also works. So just give demo here. Instead of saying this demo.com, just say demo, DEMO, right? It works. The same output you get. And say enter. Right. Specifying URLs, only this one line will specify, right? And go to views means we'll specify a small function within that HTML code if you want to write, yes, for displaying the data on the web page. Migrate any errors, it will display the errors in the migrate step. Migrating the entire thing, right? Yes. And run server, this is the command for running the server and giving a request. But if you see, this is in VS Code, right? If I show you the same application in PyCharm, it completes in 2 minutes. We no need to write these commands also in PyCharm. Directly we have got we have got like a play button, play button. If you click that, the server will start. And that way you have got many flexible options in PyCharm. So just takes very less time for developing applications. So just I was briefing you like introduction to DJANGO and just a sample application. So this was just yesterday and today. Yesterday I was just saying that as a full stack developer, what are the skills you require? And that is, you need to have knowledge on both front end and back end. It's just a sample application and the DJANGO introduction, right? So from the next week onwards, we are going to start the actual course, right? Yes. So I'll just start with UI technologies, web development, right? So don't worry, even if anyone of you have not understood this application, right? Because we didn't discuss anything about the basic technical part of this DJANGO architecture, we didn't discuss, and how the request and response is processed. Everything we'll be discussing step by step. And for just I was showing you, the code is already available and what are the steps, right? So whenever we develop applications, I said it's a hands-on batch, right? So whenever we start creating how to activate a virtual environment, restarting project, starting application, you'll be doing parallel along with me so that you'll understand much better and what you are trying to do. This applications creations in DJANGO, for those you will be doing all the applications. I said 15 to 20 applications. I will show you, right? Yes. Yeah.
Sir, could you show the e-commerce project, sir? Means just PDF only. What kind of?
What is that?
Could you show the e-commerce project that you're going to complete in this Django batch? So could you show the PDF? What kind of project?
See, not only that, right? From batch to batch, I'll be discussing different. You want to explain that project you are talking now?
Sir, means just show last project also you can show, sir. That is why.
So whatever it is, that project will be discussed. I said I'll be discussing it. So okay, fine. Whatever I said in the course content, everything will be discussed. More than that, only will be discussing it, right? Yes. So any.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, developers which operating system should use means I heard that most of developers used Linux.
Yes, for developing project, right? We can use this any of this, right? We can develop the project. Yes, while deploying, mostly we'll prefer for Linux, right? Yes.
Sir, where can we get today's class recording?
Today's class recording by
Sir, can you hear me?
by afternoon it will be uploaded. Okay, today's recording, right? Yes. To your mail IDs, right? You will be getting a link, video link, right? You can just check it. Video link will be given. But still, I didn't discuss this step 1, right? So you cannot do this project as of now. Activating the virtual environment, for me, I already activated, right? But for you, you need to activate that virtual environment. How to activate? I'll be discussing step by step, right? Fine. And
First, we'll need to create it, na, sir?
yes, activating virtual environment, how to activate everything, I'll discuss it. Just I was showing
Before
you
it, we will have to create it, na?
The step one, you won't be unable to do it, right? Step one, the little process is there, right? That process I'll be discussing later. The installations, everything I'll be showing you later, right? Installation of DJANGO is not in the step one only. Installation of DJANGO will come. Installation of DJANGO, activating installation of Python, installation of DJANGO, installation of virtual environment, everything comes, but it hardly takes 5 minutes only. But I'll be discussing those when we go with that DJANGO, right? So, and yes.
From yesterday, I tried to install Linux. So which version should I install? I want to install on my PC.
If you want, you can go for Ubuntu.
Sir, I had tried Ubuntu, but the Oracle 19C is not supported for that Ubuntu.
Mhm. So it's not a problem, right? Okay. It doesn't mean that totally will be discussing. See, development, the total project implementation, total coding, everything we'll be doing within the Windows, but at that deploying process it goes in Linux, right?
So which window you are using, sir?
Windows
10 or 11?
Windows 10 or 11, anything you can use. Windows 10, 11, right? Anything is fine. But for Windows people, if anyone using Windows 7 or 8, right? That also works, but small changes whenever required, I'll be saying in database level, right? Or other things. But Windows 10 or level, anything is fine.
What Mac users have, what kind of versions do we need to have it?
You doesn't have access to Windows?
No, sir.
For Mac people also, it may work. Only the installation differs, right?
Mac has different version. As you're saying, you need Windows 10 and 11. Is there any specification for the Mac users as well?
No. Mac OS also can be installed, but the steps will be a little different. But once you open this terminal, right? Once you open this VS Code, everything remains same. Once this VS Code software is open in the Mac, everything whatever is there. But up to the installation of VS Code, you know, in in Mac, how to install a software, you know, right?
Yeah, we have to go into terminal, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
in Windows we have command prompt,
so
but
generally in Mac and Linux, everything we need to perform through this terminal.
So like Oracle 19C, which is not supported for Ubuntu 22.04, the other software like REST and
go for Oracle previous versions, right?
okay, no, not any version supported for Ubuntu.
Mm-hmm.
And like for Django and other REST framework which support Ubuntu or not, means
which one?
Means like Django softwares and REST software could support to Ubuntu, or they'll also not supported like Oracle.
They'll be supporting.
Okay.
So, but if I register for this course, you'll be able to help me to install all this Django and the other applications for this.
Yes.
So there
Mac
is one.
So total, this will be discussed. Everything will be discussed in Windows. There won't be anything discussed through Linux, right?
No, so for Mac users, you'll help me to install like what commands and applications.
One second. You will be working with IDs, right? In real time, we go with IDs, right? PyCharm ID and VS Code ID. 1 second. You know how to install a software in Mac OS, right? Once you open that software, right? In Windows or in Mac, everything runs same.
Okay.
Once you're opening this VS Code, once you open PyCharm, right? Everything, whatever we do, everything will remain same. If you open a Excel file in whichever operating system, Excel remains same, right?
No, I got your point. So the ID will remain the same. I'm just talking about the Django application. There won't be any limitation. I just want to make sure before I register for this part of the course.
Django installation hardly takes 5 seconds to 10 seconds.
Okay.
One line, one statement, one command.
Pip install Django. Okay.
Yeah, pip install Django. That's it.
So can we mention this project, whatever the project you are going to complete in this batch? Can we mention that project in our resume?
Okay. One second.
Hello.
1 second. You'll be getting here. Here you can see, right? Okay, 1 second. Here I showed you how many steps. 8 steps, right? And for the project, we'll be getting nearly 48 to 50 steps. You'll be getting. Yes, 1 second. ERM. This is the project, right? This is the project. So you want to write? Yes. This everything will be developed by yourself only, step by step. This is. This is the coding. I said, right? How many steps? 43. See, 48, 50 steps you will be getting. I said. Step by step you will be doing. See here, what is the step 47, right? Last step. That is what the coding. Fine.
Sir, which version of PyCharm we are going to use? It's a community version or a professional version?
Community version won't work. Community version is not for developing applications, right? PyCharm professional edition you need to go, right? Professional edition is a licensed one.
So
Sir,
we need
UI
to purchase it now.
What is it?
So we need to purchase.
No. I no need to purchase it. I'll say how to work on it.
Sir,
So
What is
do
the
we
license?
require-
PyCharm that comes with Anaconda automatically, does that work or do we need a professional one?
No need of Anaconda for this, right? Directly we need to install PyCharm professional, but don't install now. I'll say how to work on it and how to install it. What are the things you need to use, right?
Okay.
So if you want to purchase, you can purchase it, right? It's somewhere it will be cost like 12 to 13,000 like it will be. But if you just, it will give 1 month trial, right? 1 month trial it gives. After 1 month, you will be just registering with one mail ID, right? After 1 month, again, you need to create a new mail ID, new email ID, and you can get registered with that. Again, 1 month you can work. So every 1 month, if you want, you can provide a new mail ID and you can work on it. Otherwise, you need to purchase it.
Sir, UI frameworks also required, or like React or Angular?
What is it?
UI frameworks like React or Angular, is
No,
that
no.
also required?
If you have got knowledge, it's okay, but not required.
So there is one version of Linux that is Fedora. So could I go with them? Means it is good for developer. Fedora Linux.
Fedora, okay. See, whatever like Ubuntu, Red Hat, whatever Linux, you can use that Linux, right? Yes. So okay, fine. And next Saturday, right? Next Saturday, the session class starts at 7 o'clock, right? Morning 7 means 7:15 it starts. So the link will be changing, right? The link you will be getting a new link. It's a yesterday and today it's just a demo link. And next Saturday will be starting at 7:15. The class starts at 7:15. So you need to get enrolled. Everyone you need to get, means who already got enrolled, right? For the full stack, it's fine. But if anyone still, if you're not enrolled, if you want to join this, you can see that in the chart, they have given the details about the payment process and procedure, right? Yes. If anyone, so that only those who have paid and those who have got enrolled, you will be getting the link to your mail IDs, right? And as they sent today's, right? The video you'll be getting to your mail IDs. And once next Saturday, right? A WhatsApp group will be created, the Django group will be created, and what all the timings, notes, everything related to that. And next Saturday, just my discussion will be on starting with HTML, right? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, right? That is will be discussed before I go with Django. So if you are done with the payment, don't forget to send the screenshot to that mail ID, right? DURGASOFT online training that they have provided in that message. And yesterday's video, they are given in the chart, right? You can just copy that link and just go to, if anyone didn't attend yesterday's session, demo video link is given, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So okay, fine. So Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. So in a week, 4 hours you'll be getting. It's only a weekend batch. Fine. So get enrolled. Yes, if you're not done with the enrollment, right? So I'll meet you on next Saturday, all right, 7:15, starting with UI technologies first. Later I'll come with the Django, right? So thank you all for
Excuse
your
me, sir,
time.
can you
Yes.
please, can you please tell the administrative person to, in the email, they send us the link for students who are from outside India. So because they cannot make a payment online like that, the options they've provided there. So please tell them to send a link in our emails for the students who are from outside India, so they can make an online payment as well.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, right. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue next Saturday, right? Yes. Thanks. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you next Saturday. Right?